In the unforgiving heat of the Middle Eastern desert, where golden dunes stretch endlessly and the climate challenges even the most rugged machines, only a few vehicles have proven worthy of the title, Desert Kings. While Toyota's Land Cruiser has long been celebrated worldwide as a benchmark of durability, in the Middle East, especially in the Gulf countries like UAE, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar, another off-road beast reigns supreme, the Nissan Patrol. Surprisingly, despite Toyota's global dominance in the SUV segment, the Nissan Patrol often outsells or rivals the Land Cruiser in popularity across the Middle East. It's not just a choice for the average driver, it's a car embraced by royalty, off-road champions, and dune-bashing thrill-seekers alike. But what exactly makes this massive machine the first choice of emirs, influencers, and even desert racing enthusiasts? And could Japan, a nation that has traditionally leaned heavily toward Toyota, ever welcome the Patrol with the same enthusiasm? Let's break down the legacy, reasons behind the Patrol's dominance in the Gulf, and whether this desert titan could one day dominate Japanese roads too. The Nissan Patrol, more than just an SUV. The Nissan Patrol isn't just a big SUV, it's a cultural icon. Introduced in 1951, the Patrol is one of Nissan's longest-running nameplates. It started as a rugged off-road vehicle built to rival the Toyota BJ, the precursor to the Land Cruiser, but it wasn't until decades later that it truly found its spiritual home in the deserts of the Middle East. In countries like the UAE, where terrain often oscillates between cityscapes and endless sand dunes, the Patrol became synonymous with both status and power. Today, it's a staple in high-end garages, used by police forces, and found in high-speed dune-bashing events. The Y62 generation, launched in 2010, revolutionized the Patrol's design by blending luxury with raw off-road performance. With a V8 engine, advanced 4WD system, hydraulic body motion control, and spacious interiors fit for royalty, it redefined what a luxury desert SUV could be. Head-to-head, Patrol vs. Land Cruiser in the Middle East. Though both SUVs enjoy immense respect, the Patrol's edge in the Middle East lies in a combination of performance, prestige, and emotion. Aspect: Nissan Patrol, Toyota Land Cruiser. Engine options: powerful 5.6L V8, 400 horsepower, 3.5L twin-turbo V6, 409 horsepower in latest model. Off-road features: hydraulic body motion control, multi-surface monitor, multi-terrain monitor, crawl control. Luxury feel: more plush, leather-trimmed interiors, more utilitarian, practical design. Price: UAE, often more value for money, generally more expensive. Cultural prestige: seen as a dune dominator, seen as reliable but less thrilling. Royal preference: frequently used by Gulf royalty and sheikhs, commonly used by government, military. The Patrol also boasts a dedicated following in desert sports. In off-road events and drag races on sand dunes, it's not uncommon to see modified Patrols putting out over 1,000 horsepower, often leaving supercars like Ferraris and Lamborghinis in the dust, literally. The Patrol Nismo Edition, a sportier version developed by Nissan's Motorsports division, adds further allure with enhanced aerodynamics, red accents, and tuned suspensions, blending raw performance with elegant aggression. Why Gulf royalty and locals choose the Patrol. 1. Raw desert performance. Middle Eastern drivers expect their cars to climb dunes, endure extreme heat, and offer smooth rides across vast deserts. The Patrol's powerful V8 and intelligent 4x4 system are specially calibrated for these challenges. Features like sand mode in the terrain selector and hill descent assist give it a technical edge. 2. Cultural identity and heritage. In the UAE and Saudi Arabia, families often own multiple generations of Patrols. Some models from the 90s are still operational today, with owners proudly showcasing them in vintage car meets. The Patrol isn't just a vehicle, it's part of family history and local storytelling. 3. Prestige without pretension. While some luxury SUVs appear overly polished, the Patrol blends functionality with luxury in a way that appeals to both the traditional and modern Arab buyer. Royals appreciate its subtlety: it looks imposing but not flashy, powerful yet not brash. 4. Aftermarket customization. The Patrol is a dream for modifiers. From upgraded turbos and racing EQ tunes to bulletproof suspension kits, its engine bay is highly tunable. For many desert racers, a heavily modified Patrol is their pride and joy, often outperforming much pricier vehicles. Japan, the missing piece of the Patrol's global empire. Despite its global appeal in regions like the Middle East, Australia, and Africa, Japan remains one of the few places where the Patrol isn't sold directly. This absence is intriguing, considering the Patrol is a flagship SUV from a Japanese company. So why is the Patrol not a household name in Japan? 1. Narrow roads, smaller cars. Japanese cities are densely packed, with narrow streets where kei cars, sedans, and compact crossovers are far more practical than full-sized SUVs. 2. Taxation and fuel economy. Japan has strict regulations on fuel efficiency and engine displacement. A 5.6L V8 Patrol is simply too large and inefficient for the average Japanese buyer. The tax penalties would deter most consumers. 3. Toyota's home advantage. Toyota enjoys incredible brand loyalty in Japan. The Land Cruiser has decades of history with government agencies, businesses, and off-road fans. It would be a tough market to crack, even for Nissan. Could the Patrol ever win over Japan? If Nissan wants to introduce the Patrol to Japan, it might require a localized approach. Hybrid or electric variant. To meet eco standards, Nissan could develop a hybrid Patrol or even an EV variant, aligning with Japan's carbon-neutral goals. Luxury niche targeting. Rather than mass appeal, the Patrol could be sold in limited quantities as a status symbol for affluent buyers who travel or own countryside homes. Tourism and adventure market. With Japan's rise in nature tourism, think Hokkaido, Tohoku, and Kyushu, the Patrol could find a niche among tour companies and off-road guides. Even now, Japanese car enthusiasts occasionally import Patrols through special dealerships, customizing them for off-road adventures in mountainous or snowy regions. There's certainly interest, just not yet a mainstream market. From Abu Dhabi to Tokyo, a symbol of power. In a rare crossover moment, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Zayed of Abu Dhabi gifted a Nissan Patrol to a Japanese business delegation during a cultural exchange event in 2024. The gesture symbolized the strong bilateral ties between the UAE and Japan, and also brought the spotlight to the Patrol as a royal gift. Such high-profile events could spark broader interest in Japan and inspire Nissan to rethink its domestic Patrol strategy. Final verdict. A king in the desert, a ghost in Japan. The Nissan Patrol's dominance in the Middle East is not just about horsepower, it's about legacy, culture, and performance meeting prestige. While the Toyota Land Cruiser is globally known as the rugged hero, the Patrol is the Arabian gladiator, designed for royal roads and ruthless terrains. With the growing SUV craze in Japan and increased international admiration for the Patrol's capabilities, the door is slowly opening. If Nissan plays its cards right, we may one day see the mighty Patrol roaring. Not just across sand dunes, but through the icy trails of Hokkaido or the winding mountain roads of Nagano. Until then, the King of the Desert remains a legend in exile, waiting for its homecoming.